Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, it's a very highly requested one. Over on my Instagram, I asked you what type of videos you wanted to see, and so many people said that they wanted to see one of like my fitness journey. Just a disclaimer, this isn't going to be the type of video like a lot of like the fitness journey videos on YouTube where it's like a transformation. This is just going to be fitness throughout my life, if you get me. So like how I first got into fitness, and let's just go from there. I do have my laptop here with like a chronological order of like everything that happened, so that I don't just go off on a tangent, because I will do that. So if I'm looking down at any point, I apologise. Let's just get straight into it. So when I was 3, I started at a dance school like in my area. I done ballet, tap and modern, and I loved it. I was like quite good at it. I always came in the top 3 at all the festivals and stuff. Yeah, and I just really loved doing it. One of my friends from that dance school then introduced me to another dance school that she went to, and this was a freestyle disco dance school, so a lot different from ballet and tap. I don't know if any of you have ever seen any of like this dance in all the costumes or whatever, but it's absolutely crazy. Like fake tan, hair extensions, loads of makeup. It's like honestly like crazy dancing. So yeah, I was at this school for a while and I was actually doing really well there. I was like again getting in the top 3 in all the competitions. I was getting to the finals, like the big competitions like in the whole of the UK, and yeah, it's going really well. So then when I got to about, I think I was 6, me, my mum and 2 of the girls I danced with and their mum, we decided that we wasn't getting the most out of this local dance school that we was at. So we decided to make a move and we changed to a dance school in London. So obviously, if you don't know, I live near Portsmouth on the south coast. So obviously we was having to drive like an hour and a half, 4 to 5 times a week just to go dance training. So this meant that I had to leave school early most days so that we could get there in time. And then we'd get home very late, probably about 10:30, 11 every night. And my mum also, so my younger brother was probably about 1 or 2, so obviously he was still a little baby, and it was just very tiring for us all. So it was at this stage that also my school started to recognise that I was like really into sport, and PE was my favourite subject. So they invited me to like represent the school in like the athletics and the cross country teams. And you weren't supposed to start this until you was in either year 4 or 5, but I started going to competitions with them from when I was in year 3. So I was always in the school teams all the way throughout primary school. So when I moved into year 7, my teachers like saw that I really liked PE again, same as my teachers from primary school, and I got put on the gifted and talented register for like sports students. This was amazing for me because like PE was always my favourite subject. I absolutely loved sport, I loved dance and I loved running. So this led on to, there was a athletics coach that used to come from an external club into my school, and every Friday after school he would train like a select few of us, and I got invited to go to these sessions. And then that coach then said to me like, I want you to come and join at my club. So I did, and my teachers are absolutely amazing. They'd take me to athletics after school and they'd bring me back from athletics. My mum would work late and I lived so far away from my school, so there's no way I would be able to get to the training. It was at this time that my mum and I decided that the dance school in London wasn't for us anymore. I wasn't getting the results I wanted to get. So we decided to move to a dance school back home with a dance teacher that I used to be friends with him like before we even moved, when we was at my local school when I was younger, and he had set his own dance school up. So we decided to move to a dance school back home and train at this dance school. Since starting athletics at the club, I decided that I really wanted to do something to do with sport as a job. And I wanted to go into the RAF as a physical training instructor. That was like my goal. That's like what I wanted to do. As much as I love dancing wasn't going to get me into the RAF, and it wasn't going to push my limits in training. So I decided to stop dancing so that I could focus on athletics. At this point, I was only training for athletics 2 times a week at my club and then once a week at school with the coach that came to my school. And this led up all the way till year 11. I then started college and it wasn't a sports specialist college, but it was one of the best colleges for sport in the country, and I was lucky enough that it was right on my doorstep. So here I joined the athletics academy, so I was training with them 3 times a week, and then I was also training at my club twice a week. So at my college we went to an athletics competition at Lee Valley, which is an indoors competition, and this is against basically just universities in the south of England. Whereas obviously because we was a college, I was competing against people that were way older than me, way better than me, like more experienced. And this was like my first proper competition for athletics. I'd only ever really done school competitions before this. So this was scary and I got an absolutely awful time, which, considering I wasn't training that much at the time, it was good for me when I look back on it. At the time I was so disheartened. It was like over 70 seconds for a 400 meters, which if you know athletics, then that's really bad. So when I started college, I found my love for the gym. My parents and I signed up for the gym, which was like around the corner from my house, and as soon as I learned to drive, I was up there every single night. I always wanted to be in the gym. I'd have my dinner, I'd get in my car and I'd go, like basically every single night. I loved it. It was like, I wouldn't say it's like it just brought so much joy to me. So just after finding my love for the gym, I applied to go into RAF because obviously I'd always wanted to do it, so I thought what better time. I got there, I'd done all the exams, and then found out that I couldn't actually go in because I had asthma. So that was very disheartening, and I honestly didn't know what to do next. I didn't have a backup plan. I didn't know what else I wanted to do. So I thought, sod it, I'll go to uni. I honestly never thought I'd go to uni, but I was like, I'll just go to uni, it's something to do. Like, I can go so many places from going to uni. So I applied to 5 different universities that were all in the area that I wanted to do. So at first I thought I wanted to do sport and exercise science. Then I realised that wasn't for me. Then I wanted to do sports psychology. Also realised it wasn't for me. Then I realised that I actually wanted to be a strength and conditioning coach. So I applied to 5 universities which had a strength and conditioning course, and I got accepted to all 5, and Cardiff Met was my number 1 choice. So I was so happy that I got chosen I got a place at Cardiff Met. I was so happy. So at this point, I started to train so much harder with athletics, and in a year I took 10 seconds off of my PB for 400. So if you remember, I said I got over 70 seconds for my 400 meters PB in the December when I started college. Then following year at the same competition, I got 63 seconds. So I took 10 seconds off of my personal best in 1 year, which is honestly crazy. Like, for athletics, even milliseconds are a crazy amount. So I took 10 whole seconds off. It was crazy. Everyone was like, what? So because I was training more for athletics, I wasn't really going to the gym as much. I was still going every now and again, but I had my strength and conditioning coach at my club who I trained with once to twice a week. I was also training at my club like on the track 3 times a week, and then at college 3 times a week. So obviously I was training a lot for athletics. I didn't really have that much time to go to the gym. So September came around and it was uni moving time. I was actually so excited. I don't think I've ever been so excited for anything. At Cardiff Met University, they have the National Indoor Athletics Centre. They also have an outdoor track and they have amazing facilities. And all of the halls were on campus, so everything was just on like one bit of land. Like, you felt like you was in your own little bubble. So obviously I'd been to see this university. When I got to uni, it was a complete different story. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be at all, and honestly I hated it. It was it was just not my cup of tea, like the lifestyle of it. The athletics training wasn't what it was made out to be. It wasn't what I was used to and the type of training that I liked. So that was very disheartening, which meant that a lot of the time I just sacked off training and didn't go. This led to me losing my love for the gym. I think I went twice when I was at uni, and one of those times was because Rob came and visited me and made me go. I lost my love for it, and that makes me so sad because obviously the gym is like my whole life. So in December last year, I decided to leave uni. I wasn't happy there, and I thought if I'm not happy, then there's no point doing it. So as I was leaving uni, I emailed my old tutor from college, because before I left college, my college gave me the opportunity to stay a third year and do the personal training and sports massage course where I'd get level 3 all for free. And I declined it because I was like, no, I'm going to uni, I'll get all of those qualifications at uni anyway. Thankfully, my teachers from college emailed me back and said, yeah, that's fine. You've got 3 months worth of work to catch up on, but like, I'm sure you can do it. And I was so thankful for that. I still am. That decision has led to so many opportunities. So I started back at college late December, just before Christmas. And then in January, obviously I was at home now studying at college, and my mum was like, Amy, you don't have a job and you have no money because you just spent it all at uni. So I was just job hunting so much, looking through all the websites, and I came across a job at a gym near me to be a fitness coach, a health and fitness coach. And I was like, oh my goodness, that'd be so cool, because obviously I already had my level 2 fitness instructor qualification and I was in training for personal training. I was like, oh my goodness, that would be so cool. I'd love that. I probably won't get it, but I may as well apply. So a couple of days later, Rob and I were in the gym and I got a phone call from the manager at this gym being like, hey, I want to invite you in for an interview. So I was super excited about that. So 2 days later, I went for my interview, and the manager was honestly lovely. I could tell that if I got the job, then I would get on with everyone, because he took me around the tour of the gym, because it's a very big gym, because it's a health club. It's not just a gym, it's a cafe, it's tennis courts, it's badminton courts, it's a swimming pool with jacuzzis. It's like a massive place, and he took me around to everyone and introduced me to them. And then he let me use the gym afterwards, which was pretty cool because I'd never been in this gym before. And then he rang me up a couple of days later saying that his manager wanted to now have an interview with me, just to make sure that I was like the perfect candidate. So I went in to have an interview with her, and then the next day I got a phone call to say that I got the job, which was so exciting. Obviously, this was my dream job, to work in a gym. So I started my job at the beginning of February, and I honestly loved every second of it. It's such a rewarding job. You get to help so many people, and I love taking the classes. It's like you get to know everyone as well, that like go to the gym, and keep the people that keep going back to your classes. And it's so nice. It's like a little community. So when I started at the gym, obviously I got a free gym membership. So I was training about 4 to 5 times a week. And honestly, this is when my training really started to kick in, and I started to love lifting again. Then in March, the gym shut and I lost my job. My manager called me and told me that they couldn't have me working because they couldn't afford me, because everyone was leaving, like not having their gym memberships because of coronavirus. And luckily, 2 days later, Boris Johnson put an announcement out to say that he's going to be paying 80% of everyone's wages. So I messaged my manager and said, please can I have my job back, considering the government's going to be paying for me? And they messaged back saying, yeah, that's fine, which I was so grateful for. So luckily enough, I have my job back now. I'm still getting paid. So at the start of lockdown, I absolutely hated training. I started my Instagram fitness account. So if you don't follow that, that'll be on screen now. I started my Instagram fitness account right at the beginning of lockdown, and I said from then on I'm going to be posting daily home workouts throughout the whole of lockdown. And I think at that point we thought lockdown was going to be about 3 weeks long, and we're now We're now 8 weeks into lockdown, so a bit longer than 3 weeks, but I'm still doing the daily workouts, and I've made a YouTube channel as well, which is crazy. So that leads me on to where we are now. So I started my Instagram account just over a month ago, nearly 2 months ago, and we're already on over 4K followers, which is absolutely insane. I can't thank you all enough. I started this YouTube channel about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and we're nearly at 200 subscribers, which is crazy. And I've learnt to love training at home. So that's where we've got up to now. Obviously, we're all waiting for the gyms to reopen, and obviously the rumours are going around that they're not going to be opening until about October. I've not heard anything from my gym about when we're going to be reopening. Obviously no one knows because the government hasn't said, but fingers crossed that it will be soon enough when it's safe enough to do so. If you like this video, please make sure to give it a massive thumbs up and comment down below some more video ideas that you want to see. If you haven't seen any of my videos before, on a Sunday I post a lifestyle type video like this, and then on a Wednesday I post a follow along fitness workout. So it's normally like a 15 to 20 minute follow along workout with me. I'm doing it at the same time as you are, just so it can motivate people a bit more. If you like this video, please make sure to subscribe. It would absolutely mean the world. And follow my Instagram. I'm still posting daily home workouts on there. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Bye!